is the Ultra in Ultraviolet.
A warranty program that goes up to 800,000 kilometers. The first squadron ride.
Yeah, World Motorcycle Day.
So August was the crazy month. Started with Supercar Blondie.
I have not ridden anything better than this in EV market till date.
Motorcycles with radars and cameras.
F99 factory racing platform. Ultraviolette is going after two massive records in India. The first being the top speed record and the second for the fastest quarter mile set by an Indian motorcycle. Try to do in months what the industry has taken decades. Well, what you just saw was only the tip of the iceberg. Over 6 million kilometers of riding, and that's literally circumnavigating the Earth 150 times. Over 200,000 liters of fuel saved. That translates to a staggering 500,000 plus kilograms of carbon emissions saved. And 127,000 hours of ballistic riding by the UV squadron. And that today translates to some remarkable stories. Let's have a look at some of these.
This is my travel buddy, Ultraviolette F77.
15 मंथ तक मैंने अभी तक टोटल 20,000 प्लस किलोमीटर तक ड्राइव किया है.
My work rides are usually about 70 kilometers to 80 kilometers per day, and my weekend rides are between 100 kilometers to 250 kilometers.
If you need something very basic and mundane which just takes you from point A to B, then this is probably not for you.
So far I covered around 41,000 kilometers in past 7 months.
मैंने मेरी वाइफ के साथ 2,500 तक बेंगलोर से गुजरात बिलीमोरा तक गया था.
The performance is crazy. I have a KT90 and an 8, but this is some different experience altogether.
The bike has been really reliable, hardware and software wise both. I have saved around 50,000 to 55,000 rupees within an year of ownership.
Hats off to Ultraviolette for creating such an amazing bike.
I have covered most part of India, and now I'm on an international ride. Covered the Nepal border and Nepal-China border and Bhutan. Now I am at Nathula Pass.
Enabling long distance riding and touring is no more a fantasy but a reality at Ultraviolette. Our UV squadron has actively been crisscrossing the country on multiple occasions. At Ultraviolette, we've facilitated all of these riding experiences that encourage you to go beyond. We provided the highest range on a motorcycle, the second highest range on a motorcycle, 2 portable charging options, and to facilitate intercity riding, we recently introduced the UV Supernova Highway DC fast charging network. But that wasn't all. Over the past few months, our growing UV squadron community has actively been asking us if we could leverage the mushrooming EV charging infrastructure around the country. And if you're like me, someone that's gone completely electric, from guitars to cars to now bikes, then you can use the same car charging setup to charge your F77s. Introducing the UV Link. This Type 2 interface now enables access to the larger car charging network across the country. Our F77 owners now have access to over 4,000 charging stations across the country. With this, the F77 today is the most touring-friendly electric motorcycle available in India. At Ultraviolette, our intent is to move the industry forward. And we now offer the UV Link to all electric two-wheeler owners across India. Whether you're an F77 owner or you have any other electric two-wheeler from some other company, the UV Link will work for you. When we asked our F77 owner community, the UV Squadron, what do you think is ultraviolet superpower? And they had two consistent responses. One, the ballistic performance. No matter how hard you push the motorcycle, the powertrain always delivers. And two, the future-oriented design of the F77, a guaranteed head turner, basically a jet on two wheels. But if you ask us, we feel our superpower is our owner community, the UV Squadron. We love being so deeply connected and engaged with our community. Their feedback has been invaluable and their experiences have been simply inspiring. Going beyond this, there has been significant demand for a street-oriented F77, power and agility of the F77 Mark II, designed for more versatile ride experiences. We went back to the drawing board. We analyzed the essence of what is required for an everyday street motorcycle while retaining the precision and the power of the F77 Mark II. After endless design, testing and feedback loops, we are today proud to introduce the F77 SuperStreet, your everyday superbike.
Don't believe me, just watch. 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 Don't believe me, just watch. 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 Don't believe me, just watch. Watch. Watch.
This, ladies and gentlemen, is the F77 SuperStreet. Now, I'd like to draw your attention to the aspects around the design, the ergonomics, the tech, and the safety. The F77 SuperStreet is a crossover between a street fighter and a sports motorcycle, designed and engineered to provide the best in terms of street and sporty riding. The first thing you will notice is the new riding triangle, the raised handlebar setup, and an upright seating posture. With its raised handlebar profile, the F77 SuperStreet allows for greater control in urban riding conditions through a more upright seating posture. This significantly alters the ride experience, making it more agile, think traffic, more comfortable, and a lot more accessible for those pilots who are looking to go ballistic. Like the Mark II, the F77 SuperStreet is designed to have the ideal CG position and the perfect weight distribution of 50-50 between the front and the rear. And this delivers an agile yet planted ride. You might have heard us talk about it. I'm going to get into more details about the aviation DNA in Ultraviolette. Aviation DNA, I mean the backgrounds from aviation, aerospace and avionics, is a core part of our design and R&D processes at Ultraviolette. Aerodynamics is a crucial part of our R&D. Now let's analyze airflow from two different perspectives. One, in sculpting the form of the motorcycle, essentially reducing drag and optimizing the efficiency of the powertrain. And two, in thermal management of multiple subsystems within the motorcycle, including the battery pack, the motor, the controller, and a few more. Now what does that mean? Well, we at Ultraviolette have essentially developed the most advanced thermal management systems on an electric two-wheeler. This means no matter how hard you push the motorcycle, you're always going to get consistent performance and power from the machine.
The F77 SuperStreet is an electric motorcycle that redefines power and performance in the EV segment. One of the most common questions we get asked is, does the F77 really produce 100 Newton meters of torque at the motor? And that's something we need to talk about. The torque that we're talking about is measured at the electric motor's output shaft. It is a direct measurement of the motor's twisting force, how hard the motor can really spin. The gearing system multiplies it so that the rear wheel sees 500 Newton meters of torque, giving you that exhilarating acceleration. This multiplied torque is what rockets the F77 off the line, giving it an impressive launch and enabling quick overtakes on the road. So when Narayan spoke about the F77 SuperStreet being your everyday superbike, the torque plays an important role here. All that torque and power is available at 0 RPM, which means there's no waiting for your optimal rev range. It's available at the get-go. Now we've spoken about torque in theory, but let's see what it really means in the real world. And we had some interesting reactions to this. While it may sound unbelievable, it's actually what the F77 can do. So take a test ride and find out. All that torque isn't just useful for pulling trucks. It also gives you blazing acceleration. The F77's potent electric powertrain delivers an instant surge of torque. From city sprints to highway mergers, you get unbeatable responsiveness. And that's not all. The F77 SuperStreet comes with an industry-leading IDC range of 323 kilometers. Now let's compare that to all of the other production electric two-wheelers that are available in India today, not including the ones that make fictional claims. .323 kilometers, so that's nearly 2x of what the industry is at today. The F77 SuperStreets come in two range variants. If you're the occasional weekend rider with mostly urban usage, the F77 SuperStreet makes the most sense for you. If you're the intercity explorer, then the SuperStreet Recon is your weapon of choice. And how often have you heard of electric vehicles where the vehicle actually delivers a range that exceeds the IDC range? That's actually happened with the F77s. Arun rode the F77 from Bangalore to Coimbatore, covering 340 kilometers in a single charge, using the state-of-the-art energy recovery and regenerative braking systems on the F77s. The regenerative braking on the F77s is derived from the F99 racing platform, where we fast-charge the battery on the go whenever regen is invoked. And what makes this more engaging is that the regen can be adjusted on the fly using the controls on the motorcycle. Now, all of you know that the F77s come with dual-channel ABS. Imagine a panic braking scenario. The ABS is actively trying to prevent a wheel lockup, while the regenerative braking is decelerating the vehicle. Now, in such a situation, the DSC kicks in and actively prioritizes ABS over regen in under 50 milliseconds. And this is how DSC stabilizes the motorcycle and provides a safer riding experience. Now, this feature took us over 2 years of R&D and testing to improve and perfect. Now let's look at all of the engineering and technology that's gone into building this everyday superbike.
At Ultraviolette, we set out to design the future. Introducing the F77 SuperStreet. To demonstrate the true capabilities of this beast, we dropped it right into the unforgiving realms of the racetrack. At the heart of this machine lies its state-of-the-art battery technology. This SRB10 battery module is designed to deliver no matter how hard you push the motorcycle. The split trellis frame and the casted aluminum swing arm are engineered with the right balance of rigidity and flex for all terrains and ride conditions. We've also made deceleration exciting with 9 levels of dynamic regen, essentially the future of braking, adjustable on the go. All of this makes the F77 SuperStreet among the best handling motorcycles in the category. The 50-50 weight distribution ensures a highly responsive ride experience that is further enhanced by the adjustable suspension systems. Tune it for racetrack precision, urban agility, and even the occasional off-road resilience. You've heard of our aviation DNA. Here's some of that in action. The SuperStreet isn't just a motorcycle. It's a work of art that slices through the air, enhancing speed and efficiency. With dual-channel ABS, 3 levels of traction control, and precision-engineered disc brakes, the F77 SuperStreet ensures unparalleled stopping power. Here, safety meets performance, giving you full control across all terrain. Whether you're carving corners or cruising long distances, the F77 SuperStreet holds its line and inspires confidence. Designed to accelerate innovation, because the future of mobility isn't just electric. It's electrifying.
What truly makes the F77 SuperStreet one of the world's most advanced motorcycles is the whole spectrum of connected technologies at the heart of the vehicle. The nerve center of the vehicle is the Vehicle Control Unit, or the VCU, and this coordinates across all of the safety systems, including the battery management system, the motor, the power delivery, and the charging systems. This VCU collects over 3,000 data points every second from all across the F77. In fact, all of the data collected has led to improvements across the board, including Violet AI, the smart and connected technology that extends beyond the vehicle operating system. All of the data collected and analyzed extends and enables a whole new range of tech and safety features, whether you're riding the motorcycle or away from it. Delta Watch enables the F77 and the F77 SuperStreet to detect tampering and even minor movements on your vehicle. It alerts you and lets you know even if your vehicle is being towed. You can also adjust the sensitivity of your Delta Watch system. Data collected from the VCU enables a whole new range of advanced analytics features. What you see on the screen now is the torque and speed heat maps for different riders on the F77 motorcycles. This particular ride refers to a high-speed track testing, while the other one here refers to city riding on our on-road durability fleet. And what you see here is my riding behavior, where I'm always gunning the motorcycle with 100 Newton meters of torque. And for the first time, we made this kind of advanced analytics available to all riders through the Ultraviolette app. Let me show you more. So what you see here is my motorcycle, and we're going into the advanced ride stats for the last month. Here we see that I've been riding my motorcycle quite a bit, and my most preferred riding mode is Ballistic. And we can also compare that to the riding of the entire squadron, or all of the customers of Ultraviolette, and you see most of them use combat 45% of the time, whereas I'm on Ballistic 88% of the time. I can also see my regen usage, that I prefer the R6 level, and I've recovered over 2 units or 2 kilowatt hour of energy. Here we have the SOC range that I've been operating at, the total energy consumed, the number of times I've used the hill hold feature this month, and also the lifetime statistics for my usage on my F77. You can see that I've saved over 1,000 rupees just this month alone by using the electric motorcycle and not using petrol or gasoline. And I've saved over 9 kilograms of carbon emissions from just this usage. And after all of this, if you still don't want to record any of this data, there's also another feature available, which is that you could simply go and enable your incognito mode. Now let's talk about batteries. While most electric two-wheelers operate between 3 and 8 kilowatts of peak power, what we are dealing with at Ultraviolette is motorcycles that operate between 30 and 100 kilowatts of peak power. Now what this means is not just an 8 to 10x increase in terms of power, it also means an exponential increase in losses, and that's what we need to work with. Now this requires innovation at a very fundamental level, and that's what we've built into these power modules of the future. In addition to providing this kind of power, we also have to take care of safety. We have a patented 5-level safety system that operates within our battery packs. The thermal, which operates at a cell level and ensures that heat is dissipated from the cells to the outer enclosure. It also helps us ensure the evenness of temperatures across battery cells in a pack. Electrical safety, we have cell-level fuses which isolate battery cells. Mechanical safety, the IP67 rated aluminum enclosure protects the battery from impact, vibration and shock. And on the electronics, we have the battery management system which has redundant digital and analog circuits to deliver electrical power safely. And finally, the software, which operates at microsecond levels and coordinates across all of the different subsystems. Now this ensures optimal safety in any extreme situation. I can confidently say that we've built the most advanced battery packs in the world today, in terms of safety, in terms of performance, reliability, and overall life cycle. In fact, several of our vehicles have covered over 1 lakh kilometers each, and these vehicles have been through extensive, aggressive charge and discharge cycles covering 700 to 800 kilometers every day. These vehicles were then taken back to the regulatory agencies to conduct an independent test and were found to have over 95% of their original rated capacity. Based on all of this testing and validation, we now offer an industry-leading warranty program, extendable up to 8 years or 8 lakh kilometers.
Now that we've done an exhaustive deep dive on the internals of the motorcycle, let's talk about the exterior design. The F77 SuperStreet comes in 3 different personalities: airstrike, laser, and shadow. And no ride is complete without the right accessories to keep you company. And we've noticed our UV Squadron members customize and personalize their F77s for various touring requirements. Today we're launching not just a motorcycle, but an entire ecosystem. A rider experience driven ecosystem that will cater to all your urban and touring ride requirements. With extensive loops of design and testing, we are today proud to introduce our official line of Ultraviolette accessories. A product born out of the vision to accelerate innovation, driven by the principles of aviation and aerospace, with the most advanced technology and safety features, delivering the highest levels of performance. Now, with our Asia leading range of 323 kilometers on a single charge and an unprecedented battery warranty of 8 years or 8 lakh kilometers. Now that, ladies and gentlemen, comes together in the form of the F77 SuperStreet, that today lands at an introductory price of 2,99,000 only. While we've spoken about all the exciting aspects of riding and owning an F77 SuperStreet, let's also talk about a few practical aspects, especially the cost of ownership. On one hand, you've got a performance ICE motorcycle where you would typically spend about 4,000 to 5,000 rupees per month on petrol. We're assuming you ride 1,000 kilometers a month. And this translates to roughly 50,000 to 60,000 per year and about 3 lakhs through 5 years of ownership. With the F77 SuperStreet, for the same 1,000 kilometers per month, you only spend about 500 rupees and effectively about 30,000 rupees over 5 years. Now this is a staggering 2.5 lakh rupee savings in about 5 years of owning the F77 SuperStreet. Now compared to my ICE buddies, I've got a sexy motorcycle, I've bought the latest PlayStation, and I've been to the next Coldplay concert, and I'm on my way to the next FIFA World Cup in the USA. Bookings for the F77 SuperStreet go live at 4:30 p.m. today, and deliveries start as early as next month. So head on to the Ultraviolette website and configure your F77 SuperStreet with the entire range of racing and touring accessories that we've got in store for you. With this incredible support from our UV community, we are proud to be taking the next step towards making India the technology leader in the field of mobility. With the F99, the fastest Indian, the F77 Mark II, and now the F77 SuperStreet, we are accelerating innovation faster than ever, and we invite you to be part of our vision and our revolution.